This is lesson 2.4. You will need the note-taking guide for Chapter 2, a calculator, and a writing utensil. Okay, 2.4, Social Security and Medicare taxes. Compute the amount withheld for Social Security and Medicare taxes. These are two more deductions that are automatically on your check when you work, deducted from your wages. So, Social Security, a federal government program to pay for retirement and disability benefits, and Medicare, a federal government program to provide medical insurance. Please pause the video so you can write those in your notes. Okay, why does the United States have programs such as Social Security and Medicare? Charles Marx is thankful for Social Security and Medicare benefits. Medicare helps pay his grandmother's medical bills. The Federal Insurance Contribution Act, the FICA, requires employees to deduct a % of your income as taxes for Social Security to pay for retirement and disability benefits, and Medicare, which provides medical insurance. The Social Security tax rate is 6.2% and is paid on the first $97,500 of income. The Medicare tax rate is 1.45% with no limit on your earnings. The employer must contribute an amount that equals your contribution. The federal government uses Social Security to pay for retirement and disability benefits, and Medicare provides health insurance for those 65 and older. So, pretty much the lesson formula for this lesson that you will be using is the tax withheld, how much they're going to withheld from your, take away from your paycheck, equals gross pay times tax rate. So please fill that in on your note-taking sheet. Great, let's look at an example. Riley Hendrickson's gross biweekly pay as a manufacturing parts inspector is $728. His earnings to date for this year is $26,208. That amount, what amount does the employer deduct for his pay, this pay period for Social Security taxes? What are his Medicare taxes? What is his total deduction? His earnings to date are less than $97,500. So really, unless your problem that you are working says that their earnings are over $97,500, you just ignore that part. But that will be in problems, so you need to be aware of that so you're not using the wrong number. So you will use these 3 steps to complete these problems. Step 1, find the Social Security tax amount. You take their gross pay times their tax rate. Now remember, in the calculator, you need to make sure that you are putting in the % key, or this is, if I move it to a decimal, it's 1.2, so it's 0.062. I would write that down on your note-taking guide. So you know that you put that or the % key. So if you multiply those two, you can see here about the rounding, okay? You get this answer. Remember, if it's 5, 6, 7, or 8, this gets changed to this number. Here's a very good example to help you remember how to round to make your answers look like money. Find the Medicare tax withheld. Gross pay times the tax rate equals $10.55. Okay, so again, round up. Here is your answer and a perfect example. This, move it 2 spots to the left, 0.0145 in your calculator. When you're using the calculator for the mastery checks and you can't have your phone, it might be easier to use these 2 amounts. But if you're not writing them down right now, oh, I was trying to make that a different color. If you're not writing them down right now, then you'll have to remember how to move it 2 steps, okay? So make sure that you are writing those down in your note-taking guide. Then step 3, you just add those 2 together and you get your total deduction. Okay, we're going to do these 2 problems, okay? So you should, if you want to, I would pause the video, practice them, okay? Otherwise, practice one and then do the other one. And so make sure that you know how to do them before you get to the practice worksheet and you understand. So for number 1, you are going to do this. Step 1, it says to find the Social Security tax amount. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to do number 1. Find the amount withheld for Social Security and Medicare and total deductions. Check your answers in the back of the book. So their earnings to date is not over 97.5. So I pretty much can just cross that out, because I don't need to be aware of that. So the only number I need is this number. So step 1, I'm taking 3100 times 6.2% equals 192.20. Number 2, then I'm taking that same number, okay? Then I'm multiplying it by 1.45 equals 44.95. So you have your Medicare, your Social Security, okay? Those steps are on your note-taking sheet, okay? So first you're finding the amount for Social Security, then for Medicare, then you're just adding those two together. So 192.20 plus 44.95 equals 237.15. What I would do, pause the video, work number 2. That way you can practice and see if you're doing it right. Okay, so again, number 2, you don't need this number because that's their earnings to date. That's only if they make over 97,500. So then I'm just taking the 350 times 6.2% equals 2170, sorry. I'm taking that same number times 1.45%. And I get 5.08. Then I'm just adding those two numbers together. And I am getting 2670. On your note-taking sheet, you should have both of these written out for all 3 steps. When you get to your practice worksheet, then you'll know exactly what to do, and you can go back and use this to reference. The point of the note-taking sheet, again, is to have examples to help you do your work. You can move to the practice. Once that is corrected, then you can do the mastery check.